Welcome to the Expository Text Diner. Today our special is a 3-course meal comprehending expository text.
First, we start you off with an appetizer. Comprehension can be very complex. So throughout this meal, you will discover strategies and techniques that can aid students through this process of comprehending expository text.
First, we start with the bread of prior knowledge. Prior knowledge is information that a person has already learned. It can be facts, vocabulary, or text structures, but a person's prior knowledge is an important aspect of reading comprehension, especially when it comes to expository text. There are 3 theories about prior knowledge and its relation to comprehension. Schema theory explains that readers must have an adequate background knowledge before understanding what they read in order to have a foundation to build new information upon. The transactional theory says that each reader comes to the table with a different background knowledge and therefore leaves the table with a different understanding of the text. Finally, the constructivist theory explains that readers actively construct their own knowledge by making connections to prior knowledge.
Then we add the ketchup. Focusing instruction on expository text is vital for students to have success in school. According to Duke and Bennett Armistead, early exposure to expository text lays the foundation for students at a young age, so they are more familiar with it as they get into the higher grades where expository text is more prevalent. When students are exposed to expository text early, they have proven that students of all ability levels can learn and use the text in reading and writing and perform well. According to Duke, Martineau, Frank, and Bennett Armistead, early exposure can contribute to improved writing abilities. And we can't forget the mustard. Exposing students to expository text can motivate them. When students are interested and engaged in the text, Renninger, Hitty, and Krabs say it significantly influences the students' learning and development. Moss states that by giving students greater access to this body of literature, teachers may provide students with new ways to enter literacy and greater motivation for reading. Next, we add lettuce. There are 2 main types of expository text structures, descriptive and sequential. Dymock explains that descriptive patterns focus on the attributes of something. The 3 most common descriptive patterns are list, web, and matrix. A list is a basic descriptive pattern according to Calfee and Patrick. When using a list, it does not matter what order the information is in. This example shows a list of the contents of a sparrow's nest. A web displays the attributes of an object. Anything placed in the web must have a common link. This example shows the characteristics of an animal. The last descriptive pattern is the matrix. A matrix is a way to compare and contrast 2 or more topics. This example shows a matrix for animals and mud. The second type of structure is the sequential structure, which shows a series of events that progress over time. The string pattern is a common pattern students will see throughout their schooling. String patterns can be used in any subject to depict the chronological description of events. An example of a string pattern could be following a recipe. Explicit instruction of text structures can have a positive effect on struggling students and their comprehension.
Now we are going to add the most important part of the sandwich, the meat. The comprehension matrix explains that when you are teaching how to comprehend expository text, you must keep in mind the reader, the text, and the situation. This can be done through pre-reading, during reading, and post-reading activities. A great pre-reading activity is an anticipation guide. This is a short survey that activates students' prior knowledge and builds curiosity about a new topic. The most superb activity to do during reading is a think aloud. This assists the students in understanding how they should comprehend the text by listening to the teacher's thought process while reading the text. A KWL chart is a great tool to use that can be used for pre-reading and post-reading. And we can't forget the cheat. It is important for the students to also have practice with expository writing. When the students have to write their own expository text, they can better learn the structures. The students will understand the purpose for the different structures through their writing. A prime example of this would be to have students write an expository essay of how to make their favorite food.
And your lovely sandwich is served with crisp apple slices. This leads us to the core model. It stands for connect, organize, reflect, and extend. You need to connect the students to the topic. Then, make sure your lesson is organized. Keep it simple with obtainable goals. Have the students reflect, explain, critique the content, structures, and new information that is being read. Finally, extend. You need to have meaningful practice that allows students to have hands-on experience with the text that is read. We hope you have enjoyed your delicious sandwich and that it has equipped you with the tools that you need in helping your students comprehend expository text. And now we leave you with a cherry on top.